Hi everyone, it is Beth with Flying by the Seed of My Plants, and I am uppotting my snapdragons. I should have actually done that probably about a week or two ago. I'll show you what they look like here in a second. But what I did is I took some of the Maria Gardens potting mix. It's a local garden center near me, and put it in a bowl, and I went ahead and mixed in some of the Trifecta Plus that I get from M.I. Gardener, because I love that stuff. And I am going to separate the snapdragons and put them in their own little container. And the snapdragons, these are the Madam Butterfly. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. Okay, so I need some more. So this is what, you know, it's a potting mix. And I like this. They sell it in the smaller bag. And I think they kind of sift through this more, so I won't have all those big sticks, because they also have their larger potting mix, but I always find like a ton of sticks in there. So to this bowl, I don't know how big it is, but I'm adding some of the Trifecta. I don't know, it's a little less than a third of a cup. And I'm just gonna mix it in there. And filling up these, and I press down because once I water them, that soil's going to sink. There's a stick there. Got 12 more to do. And I also have to uppot my petunias. These were started, I think I looked, it was January 24th. And I do have another batch of petunias that I just started. I have to look at the tag. I think February 17th or something, if I recall. On the side for now. Making a huge mess. Okay. I was doing crafts out here too, so I'm just going to get rid of this because it's I'll be right back. Okay, so real quick, I went ahead. These are the petunias, double cascade petunias. I did start, it was like January 24th, I think. And then these are being uppotted. These I started February 17th. And I did make a mistake. Hopefully not too much, but anyhow, I can still see that there's still germination. But I did let this go dry. These are seeds, so, you know, for them to germinate, you want to keep it moist, not saturated, but, you know, I use a spray bottle, and I did not realize that it all dried out. So hopefully they're going to be okay. So these were like 2 weeks ago that I started these. So anyhow, I'll put these on the side. Okay, so I got this here that, I prepared for planting my Madam Butterfly snapdragons, uppotting. So these are them, and they should be okay to transplant. I like doing it when they're smaller. I did a video, I think last year, on uppotting these, maybe the year before. I'm not really sure. But anyhow, it's time for these to be separated. So, make sure I keep it all in here. So I went ahead and added the potting mix, pressed down, make sure there's enough soil in there. And I'm going to go ahead and pre-moisten this. If it needs more soil, I will add it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so these are pre-moistened, and let me get this just to kind of, when I start separating the snapdragons, I'll have something to put them in so the soil's not going all over my kitchen counter. Okay, so again, these are the Madam Butterfly, and I just sowed them all in this pan. And I didn't put any drainage holes in there, so, when I watered them, I was just careful not to oversaturate it. And, just to get the soil nice and moist. Okay, so now time to separate them. It's better to do it when they're really little because you don't like the roots to get all tangled up with each other. So I took out this little clump, and I'm going to gently separate the roots. Okay, so here is one of them. And then just poke a hole. Put the snapdragon in. And that's it. And the seeds are really, really tiny, so it's hard to plant them individually, the seed to start with. So that's why I put them in a pan and just sow the seeds all together. In my experience, the roots are pretty okay with, they're not really finicky, so, like I would probably not do this if I wouldn't start sunflowers like that. I do start my tomatoes like that and separate them. Just making a hole, pushing it down in there, and push the soil down around it. that's basically all you have to do. This is exactly how I do my, well, not exactly, but when I up-pot my tomatoes, I up-pot them. When I up-pot them, I put them in a larger container, so I don't, that's their second step before they go in the ground. As long as I don't start them too soon and have to up-pot them again, which I'm not going to do. And I did pre-moisten this, so it makes it easier to hold on to the, you know, when I up-pot it. And I added fertilizer, because these definitely have the true leaves. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with my petunias. And I do want to later put the petunias in some hanging baskets. And I thought about sowing some Alyssa flower seeds. Alyssum. To go around the sides. And I'm going to start some dwarf sunflowers. Now those I will start individually in one of these cells. These are a little deeper cell. Like this. So the sunflowers don't like the roots disturbed. So when I get ready, I'm going to put a couple in some planters for my plant sale. So I'm going to remove that whole plug without disturbing the roots. Snapdragons are pretty hardy. They're kind of amazing, actually. They're frost hardy. Last year I had a tray of snapdragons. We had, you know, after I up-potted them, I had them outside. It was a beautiful day, but then at night it got really cold, and we actually had a little bit of snow and frost, and they survived it. So I just wanted to show you that, how I up-pot the snapdragons. And actually they're coming out of there, and I don't feel like the roots are very tangled up with each other. They're still pretty small, so that's good. And I just keep taking like a handful out. You know, like that, and then separating them. I mean, I'm not being harsh with it. I'm being trying to be as gentle as I can. But again, it's pretty important that you keep the seedlings, you know, if you're trying to germinate, moist. And this smells so good. The soil, the fertilizer. It smells like a little greenhouse. I love that smell when I walk into the greenhouse. So it doesn't really take that long. I mean, you do have to set aside some time to get it done. I got a million other things going on. push it down in there. Now, if these were tomatoes, I would definitely push them all down, because all along the stem of a tomato, it will form more roots, which is kind of cool about the tomatoes. Okay, so almost done with this tray. And I'm going to go ahead and I did pre-moisten the soil, but then I am going to put water in the bottom tray. And going forward, all of these will be bottom watered. We have to get some more my plant lights set up. And pretty soon these will be going out into the greenhouse. I gotta look at our weather. I think today it is going up to the 60s, but then it's getting cold again. And if I can, I'm going to go ahead and get a picture of, so you can see what the Madam Butterfly snapdragons look like. They're absolutely gorgeous. Two more and I'm done with this tray. Actually, by the time I'm done, it's probably going to be at least 3.5, maybe 4 trays. Okay, that tray is done. So I'm going to go ahead and add water to the bottom of this, probably, because I did pre-moisten it, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch. Okay, so I have water down in here. Put this back in, and all of that water is going to wick up into this. And that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish that. I'm not going to take you through all of that. But most importantly, when you're starting your seedlings, you want to keep them moist. So it's really good to get a good sprayer, you know, to keep the soil moist where the seeds were. And try not to let them dry out. I should, anyhow, mine did dry out on the petunias. Hopefully they all germinate. Those seeds on the petunias, either I got from Parks, yeah, I got them from Park Seed. So anyhow, I just wanted to bring you real quick, show you how I do that with the snapdragons. You know, I start them off in this. There was no drainage holes, which is fine. I mean, I never watered to the point where they're so saturated it would rot the roots. So you got to be careful about that. When you start your seeds, just spreading the seed in there. You know, use a spray bottle, keep it moist. And actually, I mean, this size was okay for uppotting. I'm glad the roots aren't too tangled up with each other. And then you separate them into their own little space. And now I'm going to put this under my grow light and just finish doing the snapdragons. I will do the petunias. The petunias I'm going to go ahead and put in the same container. And as it gets closer to the plant sale, I will start arranging baskets. So I got some ideas for that. So anyhow, just wanted to share that with you guys. and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in the next one. All right, bye.